want to ask about, why you run out with the Oklahoma State flag, before every game. What does that mean for you, and why do you do it?
The biggest thing is legacy. It means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to everyone else. I feel like it could be a big thing here. I want to start it. Definitely a tradition. Hopefully we could have an Oklahoma kid do it every year. While I'm here, I know I'll be that person. So it's something that it just means a lot to me as a person. I'm not sure how everyone else feels about it, but being from Oklahoma, the legacy that Sooners have, the name that follows, it comes with a lot of pride and responsibility, and that's something that I want to uphold.
When you made the decision to come to Oklahoma, New Jersey, obviously, how much did that pride play into that, just overall decision?
A lot, man. It's a lot. It's a big thing, to play for the Sooners, for anybody across the country. I was fortunate enough to be blessed with the opportunity to commit on live TV. And I also want to send a message, like whether you're from New Jersey, Florida, Oklahoma, like it's a place to be. It's a dominant place. I had a good game. I think I have 8 tackles, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to put it on display, like, yeah, this is what it's about, and this is what I stand for.
Have you been able to put forth that pride when just hosting players?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love recruiting because I get to be honest and open about with the next generation. The guys that want to do something like I'm doing. I can give them advice, whether it's about life or the sport of football. At the end of the day, it's their decision to choose where they want to go. But I'm always rooting for us, and I'm always going to put give them the best advice for them and their situation. But I'm always honest about how I feel, about this place and everything like that.
David, how can you get stifled this Alabama offense?
First of all, they're a great team. Great players all across the board, offense and defense. I personally do a lot of watching of the film on the team, and so they have a great coach as well, great scheme. At the end of the day, it's about the Sooners and what we can do. I feel like going into the game, our main focus is just being physical and dominant. It starts in the trenches. And so if we can carry over the success we've been having here lately, I feel like we have a good chance to win the game.
Going up against a quarterback like Ty Simpson, what do you think the biggest key is to rattle somebody like that? Is somebody that's a coach's kid that has seen football from the time he was very, very young?
Biggest thing I could say is just be who I am. The whole room, Sooners, the D-line, dog pound, whatever you want to call it. Man, we've been getting after everyone, and so we can keep that success going forward. It starts on the Monday, man. The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practice starts there. Whether it's Ty Simpson or BV at quarterback, I feel like it doesn't matter who it is. We're going to do our job at a high level, and he's a great kid. Like I said, he's a hell of a quarterback. I wish him nothing but the best, but
Can you rattle Jimmy Green Beans?
Man, today he makes a couple good plays. He's up for the Heisman race, you could say. He's a great quarterback, All-American scout team player right there.
If you go back to the Tennessee game, PJ had a big-time tackle for loss. Have you seen him kind of maybe under the radar this year, but continue to grow and progress throughout this season to be a big contributor for the defensive line?
PJ is someone who's very consistent. He's very low-key. But when it's time to work, he works hard. You can see it whether it's in the weight room or on the field. He's always trying to learn and get better. And he takes the coaching and applies it in that moment. He's a great kid, like level-headed. Doesn't really get in much trouble. So you can see when he has his opportunity, he's ready for it. And it showed because he got the opportunity and he executed at a high level.
PJ is one of those guys that, like everyone on the defense, you guys compete really hard for spots. And it seems like everyone's attitude is in a great place. What does it take to have that kind of depth and that kind of, I guess, trust in the coaching staff that if you work hard on the practice field, you'll get your shot on Saturdays?
The biggest thing I can say it takes is self-awareness. You got to be real with yourself. If you're not real with yourself, you have no shot here. You got to be able to look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm not that guy right now, but I can be if I apply myself. A lot of the guys that you see that are having success today, they had that same mindset and they apply themselves in the workroom and the classroom, the weight room, and then the practice field. And when they got the opportunity, they were ready for it. Taylor Wan's a great example of that. PJ, like you said, Danny Okoye, and those are just guys on the D line. Cortland Guillory, another person who was ready for his opportunity when he got it. So Eddie Pierre-Louis, another kid right there on the offensive side. So it's examples all across the board of guys who are ready and like-minded. And so that's how I feel about that.
You and Eddie were super close coming up, obviously. But can you talk about his growth? Just you go against him every day.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Man, he's a dog. Like, I love him, man, all the way. Like, there's a couple moments in games where I'm like, damn, like I'm in my own head. He come over there, smack me across my shit, man, and get me going. And he knows what buttons to press on me to get me going. And then when it's time to practice, man, we're going at it. Inside drill, pods, half-line pods, one-on-ones, whatever it is, man, it's a battle. And, you know, he's training to finish every time. He's not going to finish me, but yeah, we're going back at it. So it's a good competition both ways, man. And I truly love the kid and the way that he works.
Going back to the pride you have in being from the state and applying it to what you're doing on the field, how much, when you were going through your developmental process, did looking at the OU emblem on your helmet or looking at the OU jersey kind of help you or provide motivation while you were growing behind the scenes?
It meant a lot, you know. During the summer, we were out there practicing on the grass field, by the track field. So, you know, I'm looking up every day and looking at the stadium as I'm running, and we're in the indoor working out. I'm seeing all the banners across the facility, and it just brings another level of competitiveness out of you. You know, you're playing for something bigger than yourself. In the moment, you might feel like, oh, this shit's tough, whatever the case may be. But those same guys who've been in the same spot that you want to be, they've been doing the same thing at a higher level, and they've been working their ass off for it. And the blood, sweat, and tears are on this campus, in the facilities that you've been across the locker room. You got to live up to that standard regardless of where you come from. And that's something that I've been trying to keep and uphold, you know, across the board with every guy that I practice with today.
What can Tennessee, South Carolina games do for you going down to Bryant-Denny Stadium as far as just overall team mindset, understanding of how the crowd is going to be, just preparedness, I guess?
It doesn't matter. That's the biggest thing. Like, for me specifically, I black out the crowd noise. It doesn't. Of course, it is good to have it there for their environment, but man, I'm so worried about the call and my job. I don't hear the noise. I'm getting my signal, handing the dirt, processing my job, my responsibility, communicating my job with my brother, and it's time to go from there. I mean, in a way, it's a blessing because when we're in away games, it's quiet for us. We can communicate at a high level, but for the offense, you know, they're rowdy on third downs, it's loud. I'm not out there, so. But man, like when it's time to go, it's time to go. And whether it's a home game, away game, practice field, indoor facility, I'm the same way every time.
Parker Bros. Okay.